Well, the weather is bad here in Central Texas, so the power is actually out at the shop because of the ice storm. So we are back in the garage today doing another unboxing episode. And of course, it's never bad when the UPS guy has delivered a box from Gibson. So through the magic of editing, the box will be open now. Wow, that's amazing. I love technology. So the box came this time with a warning that said something about damage. Due to avoid some kind of damage, please allow 24 hours prior to opening this box. Well, it's been around for a couple of days since then, so pretty sure we should be good to open this up now. I'm a little behind on the recording because of the weather we have had just recently. And this one comes in a case that I have been wanting to see for a while and have never actually seen in person. So I'm super stoked about the idea that I'm going to get to see this case, or one of these modern ones at least. Pushing pause. So this is one of the new modern chainsaw cases, and I've kind of been thinking about getting one for one of my other guitars just to have as a setup for it, but Gibson on the Demo Shop started listing guitars with these modern chainsaw cases. But it's always like the 2021 50s or 60s hand-selected standards or AAA stuff. There's nothing, it's really kind of odd for them to have them in this. So they still have it, but it's really durable looking. I mean, like heavy duty. The handle and everything, Gibson is on the branding, so it's still very much a Gibson case. But what sleeps in here was one that I loved, finding something that's something rather than just a normal demo model. And this one is unique in the fact that it is a modified 50s hand selected. Now, first impressions of this case is, wow, that's blue. Oh, look, our picks. That's fine. Very nice, very nice. So the figuring, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this with this camera, but the figuring is just beautiful on this one. No fancy push-pull on this one. It's just your standard 2 volumes, 2 tones. But that top, woo, that's a better top than even I think the custom that we have has. This will be a great addition to the Cherry Sunburst collection of guitars that I have. The back is just exactly what you'd think from. So I guess these strap knobs are actually the new way of doing it. I thought that those were strap locks, but they're just bigger than normal. I'm used to the old school tiny ones from the Henry J era. Wow, that top. I don't know if I can move the camera in a way that shows the figuring, but I need to get that out in the sunshine sometime soon so we can, maybe when I get a chance to do the tone demo, I'll be able to do that in some kind of other shot. But that top has some beautiful figuring on it. Fretboard is just dark. It's not real rosy looking. And for a rosewood fretboard, it looks very much just dark. It doesn't have almost any rose apparent to it at all. And the neck doesn't really feel all that much thicker than the 60s. So I'm not... Interesting. I had to definitely put that on the contour gauge compared to the 60s. So in the case this time, there's the normal black bag with all the goodies in it. A couple of extra silicone packs. There's your normal Gibson owner's manual, the pics that they usually give with that, the warranty inspection, as well as the warranty paperwork, the strap, the tool, the keys. But here is a couple of different items that I'm intrigued by. This one is February 24th of 2021 pass certificate, and here is a name tag. Maybe you hide that somewhere in the case or something. That was something I'd never seen before. But of course, your Gibson COA. So a little bit different stuff in this chainsaw case. And I don't know if that's attached to the chainsaw case or if that's something that's attached to this particular model. But the pass certificate dates to 2/24 of 21, and the guitar, I think, dates to the 159th day of 21. So you can check that date stamp. Yeah, the guitar has a date stamp of 159 as the build date in 21 for that. So this case predates, so this must be attached to the actual case, because February 24th would only be 55-ish days into 2021. So that's something that's attached to the case, and I'm going to guess that this right here is too, because it was all inside of the compartment, which I must tell you is rather spacious for what I thought. I mean, not as really as big as the TKL ones that are there, but oh look, the Gibson logo is also embossed in this top. Oh, but made in China. Do like those Canadian made ones though. So I'm going to take back my spacious comment when it comes to this case and the compartment, because that barely fits in there. And there was a reason this was kind of pushed up when the strap was still inside there with all this stuff. I mean, look at it, it doesn't even push all the way closed. So that's not nearly as big a compartment as I thought it was when I first pulled it out and pulled everything out. But it's pretty, I'll give it that. So, and it does fit the guitar really well. There's no, other than the fact that you obviously, when it's doing it, it just can't, there's a little bit of motion, but honestly, it holds it really snug. Even up here, this neck is, the body has a little bit of motion, but there's a piece of foam down here that really makes a big deal when holding the button, the strap button in the back in place. So that tends to give it a really snug fit. And it does seem to be a little bit proud of up above what we normally see with the rest of the cases, but it sinks back down here. And that toggle switch, I almost feel like I need to take this off, but it doesn't seem to be pressing on it right there. You can see it would be right there, so. Bottom line, I think the case could be better, but it sure is pretty, and it seems like it's pretty sturdy. It's definitely got the TSA latches on it, so. Well, I will get this one hooked up to an amp soon and get a little tone demonstration. Well, weather has finally warmed up. Time to catch up on some videos. This is the tone demonstration for the 50s Hand Select, and at the end of this, I will get it out. I'll put some insert the video of walking around this guitar out in the sunshine, because it is seriously an active top in the sun. It is gorgeous in the sun. And I'm not really sure what caused this one to wind up in the demo shop, but it did, and I have no complaints about that, because I wound up with it because of it. So this guitar is a 50s, the regular 50s standard from the new USA line. It is a pretty basic. There's very little modifications. I don't know if this switch tip is different from this plastic for a reason, but this is a noticeably darker color on here, almost as if this is amber and this is cream. So I don't know if that's something that they just did, or if it's a deal that it's just the way it is. I'm not really sure exactly what's up with it, but you can tell it's definitely a different color when compared to the other ones. Now, other than that, the only other thing I can find that was modified on this guitar is it has a 61R in the neck. So you'll have the Burstbucker 2 and then the 61R in the neck. So it'll get a slightly different sound than a regular 50 standard, but I think that's pretty nice. I feel like that's a pretty solid sound after just a couple of minutes making sure and getting it tuned up and everything. I feel like that's probably a pretty good modification, because, like, well, let's give you some clean tones, let you hear. That's just the front, that's just the bridge, or that's just the neck. Move it over to the bridge and you get the quacky sound that you would expect from the Burstbucker 2, and then in the middle it really evens it out. Now, rolling the tone off on the bridge creates a really nice sound too. Because it goes from very trebly to a much mellower tone at about 3.5, 4. What I have not done with this guitar so far is played through any crunch. So let's find out. Similar riff on the neck. Do it again on the bridge. So, will it rock? Yes. Yes, it will rock. But it rolls off really well, and the tone is buttery smooth all the way across. And something else, this neck feels a lot like the neck that is on the 58 reissue, and that's probably by design. But there's something about the way the 58 reissue feels that has it's more comfortable. It's better pointed as well, but it's the little things like the tortoise shell on the 58 versus the black dots on the actual on the Gibson USA 50s. The top is amazing. The actual playability and the fretboard, amazing. This guitar plays and sounds really nice. The frets feel easy to do, play around with. You can slide and so there's absolutely no problem with that, and it's easy to do. The fretwork feels really great. There's one thing on this guitar. You can kind of see down in, there it is. In the 9th fret, you can see a little bit of chatter line on the actual acrylic that's used on there. And I don't know that I can make it appear on there, but you can see that there's little lines on that 9th, 12th, and 15th, and then it goes away on the 15, 17, 19, or 17, 19, and 21. So I'm not sure if that's a thing. This needs to be conditioned badly, so I will be doing that before I do any comparisons of this one to the 60s. So overall though, this guitar absolutely sings, and the feeling of it, I always thought of myself as a 60s neck guy, and I can honestly say that this guitar might convince me that I'm just wrong. I genuinely thought that the 58 reissue was an anomaly for me, but this neck feels so good that maybe I just need to renegotiate what I think it is. I love the way this, coming from Fenders and shredder guitars like Jackson's, Charvel's from the 90s, Gibson always felt comfortable to me because they've always had just a certain touch and feel to them that I really liked. But this one, like I say, this one's starting to make me feel like the slightly thicker, chunkier neck might really be the comfort spot for me. And I'm surprised by that because I thought I liked the 60s thin line necks. So again, this is the 50s hand select, the 21 model. I think the 22s are basically the same. This one has, like I say, been modified by the Demo Shop to have a 61R in the bridge, burst bucker 2 in the, or 61R in the neck, and burst bucker 2 in the bridge. Everything else about it is pretty much the same, except for this, like I say, this one little odd colored switch tip, which maybe that's just to build character. I don't know, but, or maybe I've just never noticed that they were different all along. Can't really say. What I can say is this guitar is super comfortable, and I would have to say that if you can find one that has as active a top as this one does, pick it up, because I think they're worth it.